Hey! Today I will show you how this cushion foundation looks like. It's the Clio Kill Cover Conceal Cushion with an SPF of 45 PA++. It is supposed to have a very good coverage, but also deliver a little bit of a dewy finish, but not too much. And I wanted to try it. So I have been using it for, I don't know, 1 month or so, because I bought it almost immediately after coming to Korea, which was 6 weeks ago. So I may have used it for over a month. And I do have some things that I don't like about it, but I like it enough to be actually using it almost every day. So I wanted to show you how it looks like. I wanted to give you a kind of a wear test and also a review at the end. So right now I don't have any makeup on at all, so I just wanted to show you from the beginning how it looks like when I'm putting it on. So I will first give you a close-up of how my skin looks like right now. I have been breaking out a bit because the past week, I've been in Seoul with my boyfriend, which was amazing. But we ate so much unhealthy, so much sugar, and sugar really throws my skin out of whack. So I have been breaking out a lot. Now it's starting to come down a bit more again. But yeah, as you can see, mostly in my forehead and in my chin area. So at least you'll get to see how this covers it all up. Okay, let's start with putting it on. And here's what the color looks like. Actually, I got this in number 21, and I have only been using number 23 in the past. If you are a bit familiar with Korean cushions, you know that most of them only come in 2 shades, and those are 21 and 23. And when I started with Korean skincare and makeup over 1 year ago, almost 1.5, number 23 was too light for me most of the time. So when the lady told me in the store that the number 21 would be better, I was shocked because that has always been so light. But I decided to try it on in the store and it looked okay. I was a bit scared because, you know, artificial lighting, but then I bought it. And then in another store, when I was going to buy one from IOP, again the woman told me that I should buy the 21. So I was a bit shocked again, but then I realized, okay, maybe my skin has gotten lighter without me even noticing it. So I guess it has, because I have been wearing this every day and I don't really see much of a difference between my face and my neck when using it, and I'm using 21. So that is so weird. But I guess it has paid off to be using sunscreen every day and staying out of the sun. And this is not to scare you away from using sunscreen. If you have if you want tan skin, you can still be tan. It's just that I really stay out of the sun most of the time, mostly because I use a bit too much now. But yeah, here you can see how it looks like. But yeah, I just try to stay out of the sun if I can, because I use acids and I want to protect my skin from getting too much hyperpigmentation. Usually I don't put the cushion foundation under my eyes, just because normally it creases too much and I prefer to just put a little dab of concealer under my eyes so it won't crease. And of course I most of the time use a powder, but with cushion, at least this and cushions with high coverage, they tend to crease a lot, although I use a powder. But now I will show you. I will use it underneath my eyes just to show you how it looks like. So as you can see, it has a pretty good coverage. This was just one kind of pump, if I can say that, and you can see that it has covered my whole face. I do tend to use a little bit less, so now it looks a bit lighter than what I'm used to. This is buildable, so I will just... Okay, this broke. I have, yeah. So that one is not the best quality. Okay. Well, I have a refill, so I will probably switch to that soon. But yeah, it is buildable, so I will just build a little bit in my forehead because I didn't get as much there. And just on the breakouts or marks that I still can see on my chin. Those are the most stubborn ones. I think I'm done. I don't tend to use cushion on my eyelids because it gets too oily and too streaky and increases a lot and everything, and I feel that I don't need it that much, so I'll just leave it like that. I will put some powder underneath my eyes just to prevent it from creasing there, but other than that I will not do anything more with the makeup on my face. I will not apply blush or powder or anything, just so that you can see how it will look like realistically throughout the day. I will apply some powder on my eyes and some lipstick, and then I'm done. So I will check in on you in a couple of hours, but first I would like you to see a close-up of my skin. But bear in mind, I did put a bit more than I usually do, so yeah, just you can use a lighter hand than what I did right now. Over to the review of this cushion. First up are the pros and cons, and I want to start with the pros. And I think that this cushion has a very high coverage. I don't feel that I need to use a concealer on top of it, and this saves me a lot of time and effort, and that is especially good in the morning. This also has a nice finish. It has semi-matte finish, I think. I think that it has a little bit of a nice glow in the forehead, nose, and on the cheekbones, but not too much. And also I think it has a nice tone because it's not too pink or too gray, but it still has a bit of a yellow undertone to it, which I really appreciate. As I mentioned, and as you saw, if I do apply a bit of a too thick layer, it does get a little bit too light for me because I used tone 21, but I also don't want to apply too thick of a layer because that looks a bit unnatural and cakey. So most of the time I don't do that, and that looks very natural on me, I think. Now over to the cons. The high coverage is a pro, but it's kind of also a con, at least for some people and sometimes for me, at least in the beginning when I started using this product. Because in the beginning I used way too much because I was used to using cushions that had quite little coverage, and so I used too much and it looked unnatural, cakey and everything, and it's quite easy to use too much with this. But I have found a technique, if I can call it that, and now I rarely use too much and then it looks quite nice, but it can be a con for some people. Also, the longevity is not the best. At the end of the day, I can sometimes see that some parts are missing, kind of. And yeah, so if you are worried about that, maybe this is not the cushion for you. And also, my nose gets super shiny with this cushion. I usually don't have a problem with that with other cushions and foundations. partly because I'm not super picky about that. I really like dewy skin, and if I have a little bit of a shiny nose, I don't care. But with this, it gets really shiny, so I feel that I still have to powder my nose maybe 2 or 3 times a day. But I don't really mind because I just grab my compact powder. I have it with me most of the time, and it takes like 2 seconds. So if it's just my nose, I don't care. If it would have been my whole face, or at least my nose and my forehead, I probably would care a bit more. But yeah, that's all. So over to the conclusion. It did take a little while for me to start getting used to this and to like it, but once I started applying a bit less, it looked more natural, it lasted a bit longer, and it just looked nicer in my opinion. Then I really started to like it, and I have been using it almost every day for over a month, and that says a lot. So especially when I'm a bit in a hurry, or I just don't want to use a lot of time on my base makeup, I just like to grab this cushion, and I go for this cushion most of the time. Nowadays, I do enjoy just using a little bit of concealer in some places where I feel that I need it, as I did today. I don't have the cushion foundation on today, I just have concealer on. But on days when I want more of a polished look, I do grab that cushion a lot. So if you feel that you want a cushion that has a high coverage, and you either have a drier skin than me, I don't know how it will be on dry skin, but I don't think that it will be drying. I'm not sure though. But if you don't have an oily nose as me, or you don't mind blotting or powdering your nose every now and again, then this could be a cushion for you. I hope this helps. Let me know if you have tried this cushion and what you think about it. Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye!